Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 4, Episode 19, titled Ashes of Dreams You Let Die. Air date May 30th, 2007. And the synopsis is:
Nathan and Haley grow closer in spite of the recent scandal. Brooke wonders if a spark might be rekindled with Chase. Peyton receives a tempting offer that would ultimately take her away from Tree Hill. Mouth reconnects with Gigi while Lucas tells Karen that Dan is a murderer, setting off an explosive series of events. Yeah, so we start off where we left off last time with Lucas seeing Karen and Dan kissing in his room.
so weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't like when she was like, it just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ew, no. Like, if you're not gonna own it, Karen, don't say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to brush it off, like, oh, it just happened. Like, no, it's this, your relationship has been growing, so don't act like it's all of a sudden. Like, if this was a month ago and they accidentally kissed, like, okay, but the fact that you guys have been spending a lot of time together is stupid to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Karen wasn't concerned how Dan, hurt Lucas.
Nope. What's crazy about this episode is it just seems like Karen never really cared for Keith.
Right.
At all. Like, he was the one that's protective over Lucas. Karen, on the other hand, is like, it's all in the past. It's like, huh?
Right.
Like, I just, like, I know people would say it would be mean for Lucas to say, do you miss him? Did you ever love him? Like, I know people would be mad if Lucas had said that. But in this episode, I felt like it would have been a good thing to say because she was on my last nerve.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, would you have been mad if he would have said that in this episode?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure, like, I'm not the only one, because I couldn't stand her. Like, she's just so into Dan, and whatever Dan says is what is the truth, even though he's lied how many times?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Deb said before. So
yeah. And no matter what anybody says to her, she's just in denial. Like, I don't understand, because, like, the last 2 years meant nothing.
Right.
That we've seen, and then the last 18 years meant nothing. It's like, I just don't understand Karen's thinking, and I don't like it. Like, and I don't even think you can say it's because she's pregnant, because she did it all on her own 18 years ago. So it's annoying, like, to watch it.
Right.
But yeah, I kind of just wish Lucas would have said it, especially given how she was, like, when Dan's like later on, like, oh, he needs help. Okay. Huh? Like, that's when, because she was getting so nasty with Lucas. I was like, just say it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to say it to her.
Yeah, so this is the point where Lucas, says that Dan killed Keith. He shot him. And, his nose is bleeding from Dan's hit, and Dan does leave, but that was his only response to that.
Yep.
Yeah, so then Karen asks, Lucas, why would he say that? And Lucas says it's the truth. And, Karen just doesn't believe him, saying, Jimmy killed Keith and just to stop it.
So when she does find out, she never really apologizes to Lucas, right?
I don't think so. I don't know. I can't remember.
What is up with these people not apologizing to people?
Right.
Like, Whitey never apologized to Lucas for saying harsh things to him while he was protecting Nathan. And then here, Karen is not going to apologize to her son.
Right.
I mean, she said he needed help. He's telling the truth. you're in like hatred mode towards him and you don't say you're sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If that was me, I'd be like, I'm so glad I'm out of here. Like,
Right.
you're on your own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but at some point, people got to get tough love.
Mm-hmm. And then Nathan tells Haley, because everybody's looking at him about him being a cheater. So she says that, when she came back to school after tour, everybody was laughing at her. And, one day she just wasn't interesting. So,
That didn't make any sense
yeah.
because the only reason why they stopped talking was because Nathan was walking with her and then it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Like once people realized Nathan was on Haley's side, then they all stopped.
Right.
I was like, like I remember
Mm-hmm.
that very clearly in my head
Yeah.
of that scene. So I was like, I wouldn't really say that
Mm-hmm.
they just stopped.
Right. And then she's still working on her graduation speech with it only being a few days away. And then Haley asks Nathan, if he's heard from Duke, and he says not yet, but they're probably to take his scholarship, find another shooting guard. And that's when Haley says that he should talk to Whitey. He'll help him. And Whitey is actually picking up his office when his phone rings, but he doesn't answer it. He just looks around the room one last time. And then in the quad, Brooke says that
So he was so he was packing up his office.
mm-hmm.
Thought the man had a classroom.
Wasn't he
this,
just
like the season has been done since
mm-hmm.
March.
Mm-hmm.
It's May, June-ish.
Right.
Why would you just now be clearing out your desk? That that was weird because you would be cleaning out your classroom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they probably just did that to keep him like in the school, so Nathan wouldn't have to be going to his house about this whole, point shaving scandal.
Yeah, but why
So
can't they just clean up a classroom?
yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of weird because I'm like, if that's the case, that you're not a teacher, even though I saw you for one episode as one, it's like if you're not a teacher, then you would have had to clear out your stuff when your last game was,
Mm-hmm.
so that they can move in the new coach. So that really didn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another thing I just thought of, if he has uh, his own office, does that mean every single coach for every single team has their own office in the locker room?
Maybe there would only be two though, right? Two coaches.
Well, no, I mean like one for basketball, one for baseball,
Oh,
one
right.
for like
Hmm.
football. Like,
Yeah.
it,
I mean,
it,
we never saw those other sports, so we can just assume that they're not even at the school, which isn't really realistic. But yeah.
because I'm like, it just in my head, I just thought of it because I'm like, he has it in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of odd because, like, again, like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because they can't share offices either, because Whitey always had that liquor in his drawer.
Well, yeah, they made it like his office,
Mm-hmm.
and because again, as soon as that sport is done,
Mm-hmm.
there's no need for you to go back in there until the next
Season.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so I would think like they would have to share the office. Like when football's done, then you can have it. When you're done, baseball can have it.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, like football players, like they all get changed in the
Right.
locker room. It's not like they have 10 different locker rooms for each sport.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing for the girls. Like, volleyball shares with softball. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And then track shares with both because you have both girls
Mm-hmm.
and boys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I thought of it too because Friday Night Lights, I think his is also in the locker room, coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, because here we're talking about basketball, but then there we're talking about football. So that's, I was like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. I do think I remember in the girls' locker room, at least, I'm sure the boys had it. I thought there was some kind of office, but they kind of just made it like a um just where they put all the
Like storage room?
yeah, they basically made it a storage room.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think maybe back in the day, you
It was
know,
like normal.
it may have been an office for like maybe the teacher or something, like gym
Mhm.
teacher,
Yeah.
but maybe that went away, obviously.
Where were the coaches for our school?
Huh?
The coaches at our school, do they have an office?
Yeah, it's called their classroom.
Oh.
Because think about it, most of them were teachers or staff members.
Mhm.
So they had their own classroom or their own office somewhere in the building.
Right, yeah.
The only one that I know that didn't was the football coach, but he must have just brought his things back and forth.
Yeah.
Because I remember that's what my brother did when he was coaching the little kids.
Mhm.
He would just take his bag of everything as the coach, all the paperwork and everything, and with him everywhere. So yeah, I don't know. I just
Mm.
thought of that. I was like, but again, you would be cleaning out your own off or your own classroom.
Right.
So it is kind of weird.
And then Brooke's talking to Peyton about, they have to figure out what they're going to do with the rest of their lives. And Peyton says to Brooke she thought she already did that. So then she brings up Brooke's yearbook goal to hear an Oscar winner tell Joan Rivers that she's wearing Brooke, or that they're wearing Brooke Davis. And then Peyton's goal is just being, blank.
Well, I thought it was funny because when she was like John Rivers and she goes,
Mhm.
well, it was either that or Ryan Seacrest.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, so then Payne says she applied for an internship with Sire Records and she got it. It's in LA.
now Brooke's all happy, like, oh, you can go to LA and we can have the summer together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and stay with her parents, which I find that kind of hard to believe considering that they just seem to want to be away from Brooke the whole time.
Well, I'm sure they would only spend the night, like Brooke and Peyton would be out in the town. Like they
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't actually be home.
Right.
And I'm sure that her dad probably goes on business trips.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably not even home for that either.
Right. Yeah, so Payne just has to tell Lucas, and Brooke says he's going to be happy for her, just like she is. And then that's when Turner, pulls Haley out of class to talk to her about her speech.
Okay. I don't understand this one.
How she's kind of getting the blame for Nathan's actions.
Yeah, like Turner's like, "Oh, you can't say your speech and we're taking that away and it's all because of Nathan?"
Yeah, just because she's married to him, and they look like a package deal, and like whatever one does, it kind of reflects on the other, which is stupid, but yeah.
But how? They're in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't understand how like in high school, your reputation, your grades, everything is determined based off you,
Mm-hmm.
not who you're dating, not anything like that. It's all on you. So it
Right.
just doesn't make any sense why it would be like based on Nathan. Like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
unless, here's my thing, unless you have proof that Haley knew about this,
Or helped him, yeah.
then obviously you can take it away. But you
Mm-hmm.
have no proof of it.
Right.
So why would she be blamed for it? And here's my thing. Like parents and the board and everyone in town, they're all going to have things to say,
Mm-hmm.
regardless if she says the speech or not.
Right.
So just let her say the speech because she earned it
Mm-hmm.
the last 4 years. Like actually it's the
Yeah.
last 12 years. But
Yeah. Before she even knew Nathan. Yeah.
yeah, here's the thing. Like she has worked hard for this and
Mm-hmm.
she she's worked or she's known him less time than the 4 years.
Right.
Like she's only known him like a year and a half. 2.5 years prior, she has worked her ass off for it. So it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, they got together junior year, halfway through the school year.
Right.
So that's only a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't make any sense why she would be blamed for Nathan.
Right.
If you want to do anything, take crap away from Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you taking away from her?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I would do?
Mm.
Not show up to graduation.
Even if that means you want to get your diploma.
You can get your diploma. They can mail
Was-
it to you.
Isn't it like a requirement unless you physically can't be there for some reason?
No.
I mean, she could say like, she can't because she's has to be on bed rest or something, but yeah.
No. Rachel ends up getting hers by Brooke.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah.
So no. Think about it. Pacey skipped graduation.
Well, yeah, I mean, isn't that a requirement in real life though?
No. They can't. You worked your ass off for it. You can't, if you truly passed, they truly cannot take your diploma away from you.
Hmm.
Think about it. You worked hard for it. If you don't want to go to graduation, you don't have to go.
Hmm.
Why? How would it be a requirement?
I don't know, just for some reason I thought that's what it was.
Hell no. I would debate it if I wanted to walk across the stage with people I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I had lost a friendship, so I didn't even want to go to graduation. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to skip it.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't because I was like, this is your last, time to walk across the stage or whatever. But no, I mean, I don't think that they can truly take your diploma away if you don't walk across the stage. Because think about it, ours, there was no effing diploma in ours. You open it up and there ain't nothing in it. It
Yeah, I
was
know.
it was so fake. It was like, this is a mockery. That's what I mean. You didn't even have to show up to graduation because you ended up walking away with nothing that day.
Mm-hmm.
You got your diploma in the mail a couple of weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have had to give it to you no matter what. Again, because you probably could have sued them for not being like, I got all my requirements. I passed.
Right.
Think about people who graduate early and stuff.
Yeah, because like wasn't it a requirement to like library, like if you didn't return your library books or something or pay what you owe, then you couldn't get your diploma either. I feel like there's some restriction I'm thinking about.
Yeah, they said that if you didn't pay, you didn't pay all your debt, then
Yeah, which is stupid, yeah.
which again, I still for like library books, I still don't get how you could hold someone's diploma when they earned it.
Right.
Like that to me doesn't even make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, let's get real for a second. How many jobs have you had that they're like, let me see your diploma?
Right, yeah, we talked about this before too, yeah.
Yeah, hold my
None.
diploma. I don't care because there is not one job that is going to ask for. You know what they might ask for? Your master's degree or bachelor's. They will not ask you for your high school diploma.
Right.
Are you serious? Like that means basically nothing. Let's call it what it is. What matters is if you need a 2-year degree or something like that, then they're going to probably ask you for that because that's obviously way more important because then they know that you graduated high school. If they're asking for your college degree over your high school degree, that just means that they need that. Otherwise, a lot of jobs just you don't need it like to show them. Like there, yes, you say you graduated from wherever, but they don't sit there and go, let me see it. Like I've seen that on Facebook of like people being like, I have not had one job ask for it. And I'm like, either have I, because they just go off of that. And I think too, because what's more important to them is that who your references are and if they say you're a good person. And think about it. In the workforce, if you're a liar and you're a cheat and all that, they're going to find out and you're going to get fired.
Mm-hmm.
So they just take a chance on you, basically. That's basically all it is.
Right.
Because they'll find out very quickly who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm like, I've never had this. So honestly, if that was me, I'd be like, you can hold my diploma. I don't give a rat's ass. Like,
Right.
again, okay, when you signed up for college classes, did you have to show them your diploma?
Um, no, it was just application. No.
Okay, yeah. So even in college, it wasn't like to sign up for a class, you
Mm-hmm.
had to show a diploma.
Right. No.
Okay. So even if they would hold it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't pay or you didn't walk across the stage, you could still go to college then, basically. Because you just said they don't want to see it, your diploma.
Maybe if it was a university, since I went to community college, so I think it really depends. But yeah.
Because I'm like, that don't make any sense. Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
don't you think that they could have just called the school and been like, did they graduate? And then they would have to say yes.
Yeah, I think they do that anyhow. Yeah.
And honestly, I think that like our school to threaten people, I think it was always just a threat. I don't think they actually um did that.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like how many times did they say if you didn't pay your lunch, if you didn't pay for your lunch, you wouldn't get this and that. Like they didn't
Yeah.
hold any of that accountable. Like, you know what I mean? People
Mm-hmm.
still got like, because you can't technically not feed somebody. Like maybe in like what you call it, private schools. Maybe private schools, but not um not public schools.
Mm.
You can't not feed somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like yes, because like yeah, if you wanted a certain lunch, yeah, you had to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise you could still get the food that was there.
Right.
But they would threaten all the time. Remember that. They would threaten you all
Mm-hmm.
the time. And it was like, you can't not feed someone.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you can't not give someone their diploma if they earned it.
Right.
Like, quit with the threats because honestly, they mean nothing, especially if you're not even being the authority to it. Like, if all you got is these rules, but you don't actually apply them, they're useless,
Mm-hmm.
which is honestly what I think they were. Yeah. So, for Haley, I would have just been like, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
Yeah. It's rough because first with this point shaving thing, she's gotten hit by a car, and now her speech taken away. So
I mean, they should just be happy that while she was, um, after the accident, that she is even still valedictorian. Like,
mm-hmm.
you know, because she was
Yeah.
probably out of school for a little bit.
Yeah, and then she was on tour the year before, yeah.
Yeah, so these people at this school should just be happy that she is valedictorian.
Yeah, because she should be like a at least local known singer, so it's like a proud thing for the town. So
These people ain't proud of nothing, apparently.
yeah.
Also, don't you think too, like if like given okay, so they're only taking the speech away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not valedictorian.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
So she's still valedictorian.
Yeah, and so like I don't know what they would do if she didn't do it because it would just be like everybody would question like why didn't a student speak, you know? So that would be weird.
But she still earned the title valedictorian. Like you can't even take
Mm-hmm.
that away.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why honestly I would sit back and just like laugh at them because like you're the ones that are gonna look stupid because you can't take that away from me.
Right.
Like just be proud that you are valedictorian and walk away from this. Like again, if they're gonna be that petty, I'm out. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like I'm too old, like even at 18, to deal with petty school business that I am over. Like I
Mhm.
am out of this school. Like, I don't care what you people do anymore.
Right.
Because I even had that my senior year. I was like, you know, by was it halfway through? Not even halfway. Was it like January? Everybody's like done with school in their head.
Mhm.
It's like no one gives a rat's what's going on around here. It's like we're all
Mhm.
done in our minds.
Mhm.
So they're just lucky that Haley was still planning on showing up.
Mhm. And then Lucas goes to the police station asking to speak to a detective because he wants to report a murder.
Why? I said this last episode. He has no proof.
Right.
Why would you go to the police station if you have no proof?
I guess
Because
he just
they're
felt like he had
going
to do something.
they're going to ask you,
Mhm.
where's the proof?
Yeah.
Also, I had a question.
Mhm.
I thought Dan stepped down from being a mayor.
Yeah, after Nathan's Dante thing. Yeah.
When he got arrested.
Mhm.
He stepped down.
And then he stepped back up, apparently. It seems.
I thought he quit.
Yeah, he did. I remember typing that out that he said he was going to back down.
Um, I'm like, okay, so now let's just for now, this doesn't make any sense because I guess
Mhm.
we kind of it overshadowed it the last episode or last two episodes when Abby um or when he was trying to find Abby
Yeah.
because you wouldn't be using your mayor authority
Power. Yeah.
and the staff if you're not the mayor. Like
Right.
I guess I didn't really think about that like until now when they're like Mr. Mayor and I was like, "Where's the mayor?" Oh,
Mhm.
it's Dan? Like what?
Right.
He stepped down.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because he was innocent, but Dante, he was allowed back. Like maybe the people wanted him back. We just didn't see it, or
But how? He stepped down. He resigned.
mhm. I don't know. I mean, I guess with it being a TV show, he can just always come back. But I don't know. Maybe the showrunners or whoever like didn't want to bring in like another actor, like with this part of the high school era ending. Like they don't want to bring somebody in for like 5 episodes or whatever it was after he stepped down, or a season. I don't remember. But
Or
yeah.
is it because the writers forgot that episode and it was like, oh, he's mayor. I thought, like, what?
Yeah, that could still be it too. I don't
Because
know.
that's what I'm thinking. Because again, he used it with Abby of like getting her information.
Mhm.
And now he is the mayor as if he never resigned, which he did. So, and I don't, there's not one thing that I've ever heard of like somebody resigning and then all of a sudden they're back the next day.
Right.
I've never heard that. When you resign, you're done.
Mhm.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the detective is asking for proof, and Lucas just says he had a girl who witnessed everything. But that's when Dan walks in.
Yeah. And then that's when the detective is like telling him, like, he's your father. Like, basically, why are you turning him in? It's like,
Mhm.
really? You don't must not know this person very well, detective.
Yeah.
Well, then he said, well, I was with him when I told him that his brother died.
Mhm.
Really?
Right.
Where was he before that, though, detective?
Mhm.
That's my
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, and Dan's, blaming this on the fact that he's starting to see Lucas's mother, so that's why Lucas is acting out like this, which is a huge step for acting out, but
I was just like rolling my eyes. I was like, really, detective? Like,
mhm.
and then he's like, sorry, like Mr. Mayor and crap. Um, and then he like tells Lucas he needs to apologize to Dan.
Right.
I was like, over my dead body.
Yeah, and then he
And
doesn't,
then
he just walks away, so I was happy to see that.
I know, I was like, what's Lucas gonna do? And Lucas just like looks at him and then
Mhm.
walks away. I was like, proud. I'm so proud of Lucas.
Yep.
But again,
And
I just don't get why you would go and accuse somebody when you have no proof.
yeah, I think he just like after seeing Karen and Dan kiss, he just kind of like bottled up within him, and he had to like do something, let it out. feel like can do something against Dan to end this,
But again,
even if it was a dead end.
even if you brought Abby, like she still doesn't have proof herself. All she said was, "I saw him." Well, you can see a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to ask for proof no matter what goes on. So it just doesn't make any sense. But okay, so this detective is like up Dan's ass, right? He
Mm-hmm.
just loves Dan for some odd reason. Didn't he realize that Dan went to jail
He should, yeah.
for Dante's murder?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that Dan was let off because he didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I don't know. To me, that just looks bad.
Yeah.
So the fact that the detective is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, mister. Like, we should all bow down to you." And it's like, like, did he not just get arrested?
Right.
I'm like, you guys are like, I don't even know the word. Like, I can't even with this detective and this police department in Tree Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I can't because they're just up his butt. I don't like it.
Right. And then Deb's doing exactly what Dan did and points her gun towards a kid, but it's her own kid when he walks in the room. And she explains that she was just cleaning her gun and he doesn't want her to have a misfire like the cafe. And Nathan says, no gun, no misfire, problem solved. And Deb says, what's the fun in that?
But I did think it was funny because he's like, "What, Mom? What the hell?" It was funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So apparently, of course, we didn't see it, but like
She.
he tells Deb, like, "You asked Haley to go to the shooting range."
Right. Which is insane right now with
Well,
her being so pregnant.
while she's pregnant.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was funny because Nathan says that guns and babies don't mix. And then, Deb says that when the baby's born, her locker or the gun would be stored in her locker at the shooting range.
Okay, so for Deb, like, she's so interested and like obsessed over her gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is she using it on?
Well, she got it to protect herself from Dan, but he hasn't been around her lately, so.
He doesn't even care about her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not even like she has like his face on the wall and she's aiming it at him. She just
Mm-hmm.
keeps messing around with the gun. And I'm like, it's not
Yeah.
most people who like, this is why I bought it. Like
Mm-hmm.
most people would have like a reason. Like, she doesn't really have a reason anymore.
Yeah.
It's not like he's following her. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
she's like, "And this is for you," and like holds it
Yeah.
up. It's nothing like that. It's just she just keeps messing with the gun, and I don't get it. Like, why?
I think the writers just didn't know what else to do with her. So
I guess to make her look crazy. I don't know.
even though she's supposed to be sober now, yeah.
Yeah, she's supposed to be the sane one, but she's
Mm-hmm.
not right now.
Right.
What's weird is that this episode she's messing with the gun. Next
Mm-hmm.
episode, isn't it, when the baby arrives? So it's like, how do you go from that to that? And all of a sudden she's gonna be this person that you would trust with the baby?
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
I don't know.
Because I wouldn't. I'd be like, you're still like, are you okay? Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like, do you need help?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if I want to leave my baby with you.
Right. And then she, blows at the end of the barrel of the gun, and that's when it segues to Brooke blowing out the dust off her textbooks because apparently she never used them the whole year. And that's when Chase walks up.
So why do they still have their textbooks?
I don't know. I can see Brooke like not like remembering to return them, but yeah.
Also too, like, okay, in this episode they talk about finals.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't those just exams?
Yeah.
Like, their finals are our exams.
Mm-hmm.
I get. See, here's the thing. Like, we did things differently. I don't know if it's a state thing or what, or if it's just a school thing. But like, our exams were the last couple days of school. Like, it was all half days. You did your first like 3 classes the first day, the next day was the next 3, and the last one was like the last class. So you were out by like 9 on the last day of school. So for us, it was like, and again, we got to get out of our classes if you had the grades and the attendance. So sometimes you wouldn't even, your last day might have been the first day of exams.
Right.
But again, we took our exams and then we were done with school. There was no still showing up to school after our exams. So for me, it was like weird to watch, like them say, well, I don't really know, like when they're like, oh, I got free period and I have not, like, I don't really need to be here. And it's like, huh?
Yeah, I guess that just means that they had an extra episode that they didn't really need school-wise.
But shouldn't this have been where they take exams then?
Yeah, they didn't plan that out well. I guess because they had to show that Haley made valedictorian, so they couldn't really, I guess, do that in the same episode, but yeah.
Well, they could if it's a couple days like we had. So that's what I mean, is I don't know if it's state-wise, like for us, we were done as soon as our exams were done.
Yeah.
Or if it was, because it could be statewide, like, Michigan is different than North Carolina. Like they still have to show up a week later.
Right.
But again, like for us, we turned in our textbooks like a week or 2 early. We took our exams the last week of school, like the last couple days of school, and we were done. And the thing is too, they also go to school till the very end, where we got out
In May.
Yeah, a couple weeks early.
Yeah, because I was taking medical terminology, so I technically didn't finish the class because it was, those last couple weeks. So, but since I was a senior, I was exempt from the rest of it. So,
yeah. So I'm like, we were out, I remember May 10th. And then May 24th, 2 weeks later was our graduation day. And and school didn't even get out until June. So we already had our graduation, we had everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, for us, we were out. So that's what's weird, is like they're still walking around and I'm like, we were out way before graduation, way before the other kids. And we had already turned in our textbooks, had our exams, like everything was so different for us.
Yeah, because Haley, mentioned early in the episode that she had a few days for her speech. So, yeah, they're going until the very end, the day before. Yeah.
Graduation.
Yeah.
Well, and given that the kids are still there from the, like different classes, so they all get out at the same time. It's kind of weird.
I guess, yeah.
That's what I wonder, is like, even schools around us, do the seniors go till the very end, or do they get out early like we did?
I don't know. It's a good question.
And why did we get out early? Like, what was the reason that us seniors got out early? Like, because think about it, like legally on paper, like for statewide, the students have to go to school for a certain number of days. That's why you start August, September, get out May, June, because you have to go to school in hours. So that just means the seniors are exempt for those days and hours.
I guess, yeah.
But you wonder, like, is that written somewhere? Because
yeah, I don't know.
Or would our school get in trouble because we get out early?
No, because that would happen by now. But I don't know. I was wondering if my siblings that graduated in the 90s had the same situation where they got out early. Pretty sure they did. I just can't remember.
Yeah, you'll have to ask them and let us know. But yeah, so that threw me off because I'm like, you guys are still going to school after your exams. Like, that really wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Oh, also,
yeah.
they're getting their yearbooks in this episode, and graduation never even happened yet.
Right. Yeah. So graduation wouldn't even be in the yearbook, like I said, last time. That's why it takes the whole year to do one, year of school.
Yeah. So that's the thing, is like their graduation days wouldn't even be in there.
Mhm.
Um,
And
yeah,
then
because our school had a poll, like unlike other schools,
mhm.
ours had a poll. I mean, so did you guys have like get a list of like kids who left to go to Omni so that you guys could pull them out of the school pictures?
I don't know because I didn't do those pages. I'm guessing whoever did got a list of people that would be on there, just not people that wouldn't be on there. But yeah.
Because because I think they were taken out
Mhm.
unless somebody missed somebody.
Right. Yeah.
But I feel like they were taken out.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to look up the senior thing, and yeah, it seems to be common in other schools about getting out 2 weeks early,
Oh,
or
that's
at
cool.
least 2 weeks. Yeah. Um, just because we had enough credits, it seems. So
Yeah,
there's no
but
point.
getting out 2 weeks early, we got out like a month early
Yeah.
because we only got out 2 weeks early before graduation. But these kids, they still had to go to school till like June 5th and stuff, whatever it was. Like they still had to go a couple weeks after our graduation. Like they didn't just get out.
Mhm.
So that's what's also weird.
Right.
So I guess we were lucky. We got like a month early.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie too. Last day of school was like best day of school.
Yeah.
May 10th will be a day I'll never forget.
Mhm.
Even though I don't even think I showed up on May 10th. Hmm. Because that week it would have been exams.
Mhm.
And I only went to school halfway or half the day because I did the other program.
Mhm.
So I only had 5 classes. Well, 4 because advisory was not a class. So
Mhm.
I had 4 classes to take exams. And so yeah, I was there for like the first and second day of school or first and second day of exams and that was it. So
Right.
I don't even think I showed up on May 10th. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure that I didn't if that was supposed to be our last day.
Right.
Um or is it May 10th was a day that we just did exams all day?
No, it was a shorter day, I believe.
So we had 3 days our senior year.
Mhm. Yeah, they just probably did that so we wouldn't have to stress about studying for all of the classes at once.
Cuz I just wonder cuz I'm like I thought I showed up May 10th, but maybe I didn't.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
remember.
Also Fridays, um, I definitely got out early because Fridays we didn't have college classes. Um, so Fridays I was always done by after lunch. Well, no, after lunch we had anatomy, but after that I was done. So
Yeah.
whatever time that was, 1 o'clock, I
Mhm.
was I was done with school on Fridays.
Mhm.
So so yeah, every Friday I didn't even go all day.
Right. Yeah, so Chase and Brooke are talking and, he mentions about her goal and then she mentions his. And he's like saying, "Oh, you looked me up." And she said, "No, I just opened to that page and you were right there," basically.
So it was actually sad to like watching these two.
Mhm.
They never got a shot.
Right.
And that's what's sad because honestly, they are cute.
Mhm.
And I wish we would have had like a full season of Chase and Brooke, like an actual relationship for her because we didn't get that.
Mhm.
Like it was a missed opportunity, I feel like.
Yeah. And then he
It,
comes back, but they don't date still, right?
no.
Yeah.
And here's my thing too is we got more Felix and Brooke
Mhm. Yeah.
than we did Chase and Brooke. And Chase is a much better guy for Brooke.
Mhm.
So I just didn't like it because I'm like, that was a missed opportunity because, Brooke could have been with Chase this whole season
Right. Yeah.
or even half of it. Like they should have been
Mm.
dating
Yeah.
and we didn't get it. It was stupid.
Mm.
And then also too, I was thinking too that it also was a missed chance too for Peyton and Lucas because we only got them couple episodes
Mm-hmm.
at the very end. Like they get together and Derek is still around, and then after Derek is gone, then it's this whole thing with Dan,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and then the season's over.
Yep.
So we never actually, because remember when he was with Brooke, it
Mm-hmm.
was we got to see them all lovey-dovey, and they got to
Mm-hmm.
do couple things, and
Yeah. That's probably why a lot of people like them compared to Peyton and Lucas.
but that's what I hate is like we got
Mm-hmm.
to see it in season 1 of Brooke and Lucas. We
Mm-hmm.
got to see it in season 3 of Brooke and Lucas.
Right.
We never truly got to see Peyton and Lucas
Mm-hmm.
be cute
Right. Because they're
because
going through stuff. Yeah.
yes, because once one ends, then the other one begins. It's like that's why I that's why honestly season 6 I might be my favorite season
Mm-hmm.
because we get to see them
Right.
be together, be happy for the whole season.
Yeah, for the
Like,
most part, yeah.
well, yeah, there's gonna be things that go on, but for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, Lucas and Peyton are solid. They're
Mm-hmm.
happy.
Yeah.
Like
Together, yeah.
yeah, they're together. So like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like oh my god, are they gonna break up? Like none of that has happening.
Yeah, because you think that they would be there for each other when they're going through this stuff, but they're not for some reason. So
No, and so I mean, he was there for Peyton, but it was always off camera.
yeah, I mean he wasn't there for her. It seems like when Psycho Derek came back the second time, because she went to jail and saw him, and it was just like Brooke that was there for her. So
Well, that's because he was trying to find Abby.
yeah, so they're just like kind of isolated from each other, figuring out their own thing, which is normal as teenagers, but then not good in general, as a couple or anything. So I don't know why they had them so separate like that for both of their traumas.
Well, yeah, I mean that's because it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's good because they can stand on their own 2 feet, but it's
Mm-hmm.
but it's bad because they should be helping each other through things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also I don't like it because they are my favorite,
Yeah.
and that's what also it was just sad. Like when Peyton doesn't really see him this whole episode, I was just like, I just kept thinking like this is such a missed opportunity for the show of us
Mm-hmm.
not getting a full season. Like
Yeah.
why was it the first half of this season? It was all about is Lucas and Brooke going to get together? Hell to the no, they're not. You all knew that. Let's make it Lucas and Peyton for one freaking season. Like
Mm-hmm.
why? That's what actually irritates me. I think also, but here's my thing that I do think about is hmm, obviously Pacey and Joey were my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always annoyed because it seemed like there was always too much of Dawson and Joey. That again, there was too much of Brooke and Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
But my two couples that didn't have that could have had more screen time together and should have, and it was all missed opportunities, all ended up together. So so in the end, maybe the couples that don't have the most screen time are actually the ones that should be together.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the way I should start looking at shows.
Yeah, besides for Nathan and Haley.
Yeah. But I mean, who were they going to date?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Think about it. Since season 1, who were those two going to be with? Nobody. Like,
Mm-hmm.
some people say, like, oh, it could have been like Lucas and Haley. It's like, no, it couldn't. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then who's Nathan going to be with? Nobody. So, like, there
Maybe
was
Brooke.
no, because Brooke has others.
Yeah. I'm just like thinking,
So, yeah, I'm like,
popularity wise.
yeah, but I'm like, no, I feel like it's Nathan and Haley. And then, of course,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's got their couples. But yeah, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's the couples that had the missed opportunity on screens.
Right. Yeah, so Brooke, talks to Chase about why he left Clean Teens, and he says he just realized he was hiding in the club. It's not like he was against sex. He just, thought if he joined, then the girls wouldn't be interested in him, and he wouldn't have his heart broken again.
Well, I kind of thought he quit because Shelly was no longer a clean teen.
Yeah, and she just disappeared. Like she never showed up for a prom or graduation. But yeah,
Well, I mean, think about it. She was the one that orchestrated it, and then put her like vowed like I am never like I'm gonna be like clean forever, like blah blah. And then it was like, oh, so the leader is actually whatchamacallit, like a lie. So clean teens should just be over with.
Right.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of what happened, because think about it, clean teens is really no more once that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, because no one would be more serious about it than Shelley too. Yeah, and it was so weird to see her in this role because I'd known her first from Adventures in Wonderland, which was a Disney show it was a Disney show back in the, I think, late 80s and 90s. So, yeah. I saw in reruns, that's how I was able to see it because it was on before I was born, but yeah, and then of course I saw her in My Date with the President's Daughter with Will Friedle. That was also a Disney movie.
Yep, and that dress.
Yeah. Yep, I love that dress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was really weird to see her in this role here, but yeah. Yeah, I do hate how she just disappeared like that after she ghosted Mouth. I didn't like that. But yeah, so Chase says so it didn't work because Brooke liked him. But she's been thinking about him and he says he's been thinking about her too. And then about they're gonna write in their yearbooks, but then she says that she doesn't have hers, Bevan does, so they can switch, during the next period in calculus. And then Mouth gets his yearbook and flips through the pages to find that Jimmy was cropped out of a picture with him, badly cropped out too, because you can still see him pretty well.
Yep, and he goes to see Gigi.
Yeah, who somehow is, on the yearbook, even though she's a freshman. And then that was the same office that Brooke was supposed to be in for student council as president, whatever. But then we never saw her in that after she moved in. And then yeah, so Mouth, is explained about the yearbook and Jimmy, and it's when Gigi says that he was going to be in it, but then they were told to take him out. And obviously Mouth knows why this happened. But then Nathan finds Haley measuring her stomach at home, saying she's just getting fatter by the minute. And he says he hopes so because the bigger she is, the taller that their son will be. She's like, oh yeah, so I can look like this as long as their son can dunk a basketball, which I agree with.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean your kid can dunk.
Yeah. And he might not have been, be into basketball, so you never know.
No.
And then, Nathan brings up her speech. So that's when she says she's not going to be giving the speech.
So she blames it on Rachel, which actually would make more sense.
Yeah, definitely.
That they would take it away, not Nathan. And then that's when he knows she's lying. So he's like, it's because of me. It's like, well, duh. But I actually would understand it more if it was because of Rachel.
Yeah. And I did like Nathan too, because he thought at first it was about her being embarrassed about being pregnant. So, he was sensitive to that, which was nice. But yeah, and then he realizes that, it's his doing that she lost her speech. And Haley says, it's not a big deal. It's just a speech. High school's almost over, so let them take it because they can't take away everything she's accomplished, which is, true.
Yep.
Like we said before. And then Dan goes to check on Karen. She asks how he's doing because he was the one who was attacked. Even, so she's defending Dan and not Lucas. And, Dan mentions that's why he stopped by because he was, he's worried about Lucas. Like, sure he is, but, Karen says she was.
He's worried about getting caught. That's what it is.
Yeah. No, so Karen's actually concerned now, what's going on in his head. And Dan says, this is too serious and, he needs professional help, basically trying to ship him off somewhere. I feel like with being the mayor, he could get him sent to an asylum or something, but, he's trying to do it in the nice, softer way to, not make Karen suspect anything. So,
but could he really though? Because Lucas is 18 years old. If Lucas wants to, go somewhere, Lucas can go somewhere. Like, how Deb could leave rehab? It's like Lucas could also leave, but because he is 18 years old. Like, he's no longer a kid that Karen would have to sign him in and keep him there. Like, he's free.
Yeah. Well, being the man, Dan could probably pull strings to make it and talk Karen into it to say that, Lucas isn't mentally stable. So even as an adult, you can still have guardianship with another adult. So they could probably do that and kind of force him to be sent there. So
Yeah, and at that point, I'd be like, "You're on your own, mother dearest."
yeah, because I
Like,
can't remember the name for it, but yeah.
like, wouldn't you? I'd be like, "I'm 18 years old. I'm out of
Mhm.
here. You're on your own. Like, love my little sister, but I'm gone. Like, y'all are crazy."
Mhm. Yeah, and Dan says that he loves Lucas, but I don't believe that.
No. He's
And
never loved him because if you love him, you're not gonna go and try to kill him.
mhm. Or send him somewhere. And then Peyton is texting Lucas saying that she misses him when Brooke walks in. And she wants to know about, what she should say in Chase's yearbook, whether it's the truth or just something about skateboarding.
This was actually annoying. It
Because
was
she's
just all
overthinking it, or
all about the yearbook and blah blah blah. Like just how like I think it also was annoying because it's at the end of the season and they're not gonna be together, so it was kind of pointless.
yeah.
I think it's because we know that they're not gonna be together in season 5, so it's like, what is the point of 2 episodes before it's over with? Like, just be over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, write what you want to write. Like, come on now.
Right. So then Payne sends her text to Lucas, who gets it, but his mom walks into his room, trying to understand what's going on with him. She's open to hearing, what he's thinking. So, he explains to her about his dream and seeing the girl. And then in real life, he found the girl who says, she saw that Dan, killed Keith. And, because, so Jimmy didn't shoot him. And, um, Karen says, no, Dan told him that Dan shot Keith, and now she's gone, so he can't prove it. And,
Well, and
or he says that, but yeah.
I didn't. Well, first of all, she started with like, "You're the most important person in my life," and it kills me to see
Mm-hmm.
you hurting like this. And it's like, and that's what I wish he would say. He would have said like, "Did you love him at all?"
Mm-hmm.
Like even a part of you, if you loved him at all, you would try to figure this out too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd have questions. Like seriously. And then and again, then she also said like he's not coming back. It's like no shit, Sherlock.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
of course he's not coming back, but we still need to figure this out.
Yeah, I think that sounded like she was starting to be convinced that he was losing his mind by saying that. Yeah.
Well,
Because
and
obviously
well, especially that comment, like he's not coming back. Like basically move on. And it's
yeah.
like, again, do you love him? No,
Yeah.
clearly not.
Yeah, because Lucas very well knows that, figuring this out isn't going to bring Keith back and, just give him
Right.
justice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just didn't like any of it. And again, she wasn't understanding with anything he was saying about the
Mhm.
girl. And
Yeah. Yeah. So
like
she,
honestly too, like given how Lucas knows that she is against him,
hmm
why would Lucas say anything? Like, would you? Like, I certainly would. Like, if my mom was being like not believing me and like looking at me like that, I wouldn't even say a word. I'd be like,
yeah,
you
after the
don't.
first time you say it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, you don't understand. There's no point.
hmm
I'm 18. Just let me be. Like,
Yeah.
you don't believe me, so let's just end it right here.
Yeah. So I hated when Karen, said that we think you should get professional help,
And he
meaning
goes,
Dan.
I know, and he goes,
Mhm.
we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's like,
hmm
oh, he cares about you.
Yeah. So,
He
now,
cares about himself.
yeah. So, now Lucas is hurt because, he can tell that Karen's going to be on Dan's side no matter what on this. So,
Yep.
yeah. So I do wish that Lucas did reach out to somebody else that would believe him easily, Nathan, Haley, Peyton,
No,
somebody.
no. Nathan is also a Dan's ass.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't believe it either.
Well, he knows that Abby left the tutor center, so who knows? Maybe he would be more open to listening about it.
No, because when he finds out, he goes and pleads to Dan of like, tell me it's not true. Because like he wants so desperately for it to not to be true that
Yeah.
he also remember when Lucas was trying to be nosy in season 3, he told Lucas to stop. It's like, how about you figure out why Dan is hiding something? Like
hmm
Nathan never wanted any truth of who Dan really is to come out. And I don't think he would believe him with this.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
I think I think the person that he should have turned to would be Mouth. Because
Yeah.
Mouth was team Jimmy since the shooting.
Yeah, even after he thinks that he killed Keith, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like if even Skills, like one of them or both of them, two is better than one. Having both of them, like if you would have just went to the river court, talked to the two of them, like
Mhm.
they would be so supportive of it and they would agree with it. So,
Mhm.
I think too, especially because Lucas has the phone, right? Or no?
A cell phone?
No, remember when he was sending the messages?
Oh, Abby's phone? The one
Does
she was
he?
using?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have it because he uses it later.
So there'd be some proof of like, you
Yeah,
know,
because I mean, unless you delete the text messages, but yeah, they should be in there that she sent them.
yeah. So I mean, at least he could then show like Skills and Mouth, like
Mm-hmm.
this is what's going on. Because again, they would believe him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
out of anyone, because Peyton might be a little judgy because she kind of was. Brooke might believe him, but she's not really interested in being his friend right now. So
Yeah. Because she was trying to help him with Dan's money laundering before, so I think she would be open
right.
to hear him. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't think she's really.
Yeah, if they're in better terms. Yeah.
Yeah, so she'd probably just say, "Go talk to Peyton" or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I just because remember when he was saying like about his, didn't he tell Peyton about his dreams? And she kind of was like, "Oh, okay," and it was like,
Mm,
really,
I don't remember.
I don't know, but I don't know. So I just feel like he should at least talk to Skills and Mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Skills kind of disappeared toward the end here, yeah. And then Mouth goes to see Turner about the yearbook, you know.
Okay, so when Turner says like, "Oh, we took him out because of what happened," um, and then when Mouth was like, "Well, everyone deserves to remember him," and then Turner's like, "Trust me, no one's gonna forget him." And when he was talking about how like, oh, 20 years later, everybody should be able to like look back on the fond memories, and I was like, that is true. Like, I agree with
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Like I agree, like in a true situation, should they put the person in there? No.
No. Mm-mm.
But and him okay, and I guess it's harder, I guess, like for Jimmy because we all wanna I don't know. It just seems like there's like a twist. Like it's like we wanna be like, no, put him in. But I kind of agree with Turner because he still messed up everyone's lives that day.
Yeah.
There were kids that could not return, like Marcus and Abby.
Well, she was kind of forced to not come back, but yeah.
Yeah, but let's just go along with it.
Yeah.
Like, there were people that could not return after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Peyton got shot. Think if it was a
And
little
almost
hot.
died.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
think if it would have aimed a little higher. She could have been
Yeah.
out right then and there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
things could have been different that
Worse.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Other kids could have got hurt by the glass, not just Peyton. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the reason why they wrote it where nobody else got hurt because, oh, we don't want to ruin Jimmy's image, even though you did.
Yeah, with Gabe's death, yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, so I do understand where Turner's coming from of like
Mm-hmm.
the students here should not have to open up their yearbook and see it.
Right.
And I agree with that. And like that's I don't understand really why Mouth is so hard on like trying to make him out to be this amazing person,
Yeah.
like this good person when he might have been good, but
Yeah.
something he did changed everyone's lives forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at this point, Mouth still thinks that he killed Keith as well. So if I were Mouth, I wouldn't be fighting this, you know,
Well,
because
it's weird. Like Mouth knows this information, not the truth, but he knows this information. Why would he be fighting for someone that murdered somebody?
Yeah, and somebody that he knew, yeah.
Like, I guess it's because Mel feels guilty,
And try to make up for him. Yeah.
but it doesn't mean that you need to go and put your guilt on everyone else just because you're
Yeah.
guilty.
Yeah.
Like, again, Jimmy did what he did that day. He changed
Mhm.
what his reputation is going to be from now on.
Mhm.
He can't save that. The only way he probably may have been able to save that is if he would not have turned the gun on himself that day
Mhm.
and actually turned himself in and stuff. Like, if like, things could have been different.
Yeah, because if he'd done that, then Keith would have been alive still, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and again, he didn't truly kill anybody, so he probably would have been released. Like,
Mhm.
things like that. It's like, but again, I agree with Turner
Mhm.
on this, but that's why I really don't understand why Mouth and everyone else kind of is like, nobody really wants to fight it of like the truth except for
Mhm.
Turner.
Yeah.
Turner seems to be the only one on this cast that's like telling the truth.
Mhm.
All because, oh, the cast didn't go through it.
Right.
It's like, or they were friends with this person. It doesn't mean, it's the same thing with Rachel. Like, everyone's like, oh, poor Rachel. Rachel stole herself. Like, she
Mhm.
got herself expelled. Like,
Yeah, like, is she in the yearbook? Brooke doesn't seem to be fighting about that if she's not.
but, because she's too busy worried about what she's going to write in Chase's yearbook.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't like that, like, because remember, Brooke wants to fight even for Rachel for graduation. And it's like, she is expelled.
Mhm.
Do you know what that means?
Right.
Like, again, if you did what you did, that's it.
I think she just felt guilty because, she was doing it to help her, but yeah.
But again, she's expelled.
Mhm.
Again,
Yep.
don't put your blame or your guilt on somebody else.
Mhm.
That's not how it works. So yeah, I didn't like it what Mouth was doing, because
Right.
if that would have been us, I wouldn't want to see that
Mhm.
person either.
Yeah.
But I also wonder, you were in your book, so maybe you can tell me, how did they get those pictures in Jimmy's yearbook?
Um,
Because the book is already made.
mhm. Yeah, they would have had to get those pictures from since I mean this was last year that he died, so I thought it was weird because usually the yearbook is just the current year.
It
So
is.
yeah, so those pictures
No,
of
it
him.
is. It is current.
No, I'm saying the pictures of Jimmy, those were taken like last year.
Oh yeah, like season
And,
1.
yeah, and the yearbook's supposed to be this current year here. And so that doesn't make sense to me already, but because like they would get like, well, I mean it's in the, I would say Mouth and Gigi, but there is one in there. But yeah, it would just be only pictures of their senior year, not junior year. So the fact that they had pictures of Mouth from junior year was weird because those pictures would have been deleted, so they wouldn't even have them unless someone gave them the physical copy, and that's how they got it because they scanned it and everything. But yeah, so someone would have had to been in yearbook and already get these pictures or something. So I don't know, that was weird too. Why these old pictures were in there to begin with. But
Also, why were
yeah.
they so big?
Yeah, I guess they didn't have anything else to fill the page with, but yeah.
Tree Hill is nothing else.
I guess, yeah, because we don't see nothing else besides for cheerleading. Yeah.
But my thing is too, well, I'm saying, how did she get that page of Jimmy in his yearbook? Like, it's already sealed.
Oh, Gigi, I mean,
Yeah, how did she
yeah,
put it in there
yeah, I don't know.
if it's already sealed?
Yeah, she must have had some kind of strings pulled. Yeah, that was so quick and everything. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I feel like you would have to tear it open,
Mm-hmm.
have
And
to,
rebind it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think you would know how, so you'd have to like ship it somewhere
Mm-hmm.
and have it done, and then here you go.
Yeah, those pages would have took some time to get, printed and made and then sent, to the school. So that would take the longest thing. But she did it like in less than a day. So I don't know.
Yeah, and she did it so fast. She acted like she knew how, even though I don't know how she knows how. And she also, who's paying for it? Like, It had somebody has to do it. So
Yeah.
who did Mouth pay for it? Like
No, because
somebody.
it was a surprise, so I don't think so, no.
So then Gigi paid for it.
Yeah, I guess with some money she had from something, yeah.
I don't know. It just didn't make sense because I'm like, it was already binded, all sealed. Like,
Yeah.
we're good.
Mhm.
You would have had to unbind it, ruin some of those pages probably. But it looked all fine as if nothing happened. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, yeah, that's realistic.
Yeah, if anything, it should have been like loose pages, like extra pages to put in there, yeah. And just like slide it in there, not bind them in there, yeah.
But it wasn't.
Yeah. So then in class, Brooke asks Peyton if she told Lucas about the internship, but she hasn't even seen him because he's been off trying to get back at Dan. So he doesn't even know yet. And she said that she might want to get used to it because life as Lucas Scott's girlfriend can be pretty lonely sometimes. So, yeah, that was kind of sad because Brooke did have a lot of times where she didn't have Lucas around, and now he's doing the same thing with Peyton because, he's like that for some reason.
Yeah, but the only reason I don't agree with that because Lucas and Brooke had a lot of happy moments where Brooke had him. Like, I don't agree with that. Like, again, also too, Lucas, was always thinking of Peyton.
Yeah.
But he's with Peyton, so he ain't gonna be thinking of anyone else.
Yeah, because he wasn't there for Brooke when she launched her clothing line. So
No, but he showed up that night, remember, because she was stressed out.
yeah, when it was all over though, yeah.
Yeah, but he was willing to still help her.
Yeah, but just a little too late.
Well, here he's not even seeing Peyton.
Yeah, which is worse. And then that's when Chase walks into the classroom, and Payne asks which one she's gonna write, and she says she's just gonna tell him how she feels. So then, Chase tells Brooke that he saved her spot in his yearbook on the first page, which is probably the first thing she, thought of. Like, this is a good choice. He's saying he saved his spot for me, so maybe he likes me too still. So then they trade yearbooks, and then, yeah, and then the scene before the yearbook with Gigi, Mouth doesn't even know how Jimmy would have a yearbook, but Gigi explains that his mom ordered it last fall. So they were going to mail it to her, but, she's going to give it to him to give it to her personally.
Well, and then
nice.
when he goes, I don't know why she'd want a yearbook that Jimmy's not even in. Well, because she paid for it, so they legally have to give it to her unless she wants to get her money back or something.
Yeah, and that was before he died, right? That she ordered it?
Well, yeah, she ordered it at the beginning of the school year.
Yeah.
And he died during basketball season, so like halfway through school. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't think that was going to happen when she bought it. Mouth.
Right. Yeah. And then, Payne tells Brooke good luck as she finishes writing in Chase's yearbook, and they switch yearbooks back. And, Chase says that he'll see her later. Brooke says that she hopes so. So it's like another little, sign that she thinks that, he likes her still. But then when she opens her yearbook, she sees that he wrote something very simple and short while she poured her heart out in his.
That was funny because she's like, oh crap, like basically,
yeah, panicking.
Like I need his yearbook back.
Yep. And then Whitey goes to see Nathan at the river court.
And so that's when he tells them that Duke took the scholarship back.
You think they would tell Nathan, but yeah.
I guess they didn't want to.
Yeah.
Well, and then even Nathan's like, I guess they're looking for their next player. Well, duh.
Yeah.
Like it's basically a business. They got to keep going. Like just because you messed up doesn't mean they're gonna just stop their, recruiting and everything.
Right.
Also, too, it's kind of like when everything happened with the team. Basketball didn't stop. They just had to forfeit all their games. Like they're not gonna just hold a game and wait until you're all better. Like no, you're gonna have to forfeit. Like that's. It moves on, like life moves on. So like just because Nathan's going through something doesn't mean we should all stop.
Right. Yeah, so then Whitey goes off in his speech saying, about what did he teach him, because basketball's not over until you put down the ball and walk off the court. And Nathan doesn't see any point, it's kind of over. And that's one way he says, when somebody says you can't do something, you fight back, you prove them wrong. And Nathan just again sees there's no point because he doesn't have a scholarship. They don't want him anymore. So Whitey yells at him to find somebody that does, because where's the fire that made him the best player he ever coached? Show him it's still there. If not, put the ball down and walk off the court.
Hmm.
Yeah. Which was good advice because Nathan did feel like he was just at the dead end of his basketball career here. And
Well, what did he expect?
yeah. I mean, but it is only one team that he wanted to join, so there's others out there that he could possibly join, so there's still something he could possibly, get into. And then Lucas is at the beach house waiting for Dan to show up, and when he does, he asks Lucas what he's doing there, and Lucas, says to Dan, like, why did you paint this wall red? Just only this one in the whole room.
That was funny because he's like, are you trying to hide something? And then he said that Abby told him she, sent messages, and he's like, did she write something? It's like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but wouldn't you think that she'd get in trouble for breaking and entering?
Yeah, especially the mayor's house. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, Lucas, I wouldn't go too far and tell too many people about that.
Mm-hmm. But I guess it's okay because Dan wouldn't want, anybody to know why she broke in. So
Yeah. But it was just kind of funny.
yeah. And then Lucas tells Dan that he knows what he did, but he can't prove it. I'm kind of surprised that Lucas was admitting this to Dan, because then he's gonna put a target on himself that Dan's gonna try to get him now. So you think that Lucas would be more low key about it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, then he said that like all I can do is keep you away from my mom. And then Dan was like I can see you're upset, but everything's gonna be okay. Like you're gonna, you're leaving to go to school, but I'll be here to take care of your mom and the baby. It's like,
Right.
wow, like, because Lucas, just said no, and you have to say that. And then he said, and then Lucas like, that's not gonna happen. But like, really, Lucas, like, what are you gonna do? Like, you are
Stay
leaving.
home. Yeah. Maybe he'll be like Dawson will want to stay home from college. He'll be there for his mom.
Well, I mean, I guess he'd have a good reason
Yeah.
to keep him away from, or to keep her away from the murder. And you don't want Lily, because that's gonna be your name.
Yeah.
You don't want Lily to like get comfortable around Dan.
Yeah.
Given that her father's Keith.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we still see that anyways later with Jamie.
Yeah, but that was his uncle. Like Lily is the daughter of Keith. Like,
yeah, I'm just saying, like, Dan, is still good with children, that, he makes them think that he's a good person. Yeah.
Yeah, but you just want Lily to think that.
Yeah.
Because then when she's a teenager, you'd have to tell her, sorry, but he's actually evil.
Yeah.
He killed your father.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see more of the aftermath of that in the reboot,
Probably not.
You never know.
Well, if the Scott family is not in it, we're not going to really hear these stories anymore.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. You never know.
We're not going to see these moments that we should see between the Scott, because the Scott family is what One Tree Hill basically was for 6 seasons.
Yeah.
So, you can't really take that away.
Yeah. Yeah, it started with Lucas and ended kind of with Jamie kind of being like the new Lucas. But if, Chad was still there the whole time, it would have ended with him too still. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it probably would have been him and Jamie at the end, which would have been nice. But yeah. So Nathan is sitting in Whitey's empty old office using his phone to call the coaches for some reason.
That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if like Whitey had the numbers still there, maybe that's why he was there. But yeah, it was weird that he was just sitting there in the office using the phone when he has his own phone. But yeah, so he's crossing off names off the list because everybody's telling him no. That's when Haley walks in, and he tells her that he's sorry that he ruined everything. She can't give her speech that she worked so hard for, and and
she said she doesn't care, just cares about them.
Yeah, which was great to reassure Nathan, but I feel like she deserves to be more disappointed in it, because it's been the last 4 years she worked for this. I would be really heartbroken for, more than an hour or so, or however long she was.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She worked 4 years, but probably, 12.
Yeah, it's kind of like Nathan and working for basketball. Like they both had this goal and they both reached it and then lost it. But he's taking it as he should, but she's not. So it's just kind of surprising.
Okay, but whose fault was it?
Nathan's, yeah, I'm just saying like
Okay,
he
like
should be more heartbroken about it.
yes, but Nathan did it to Nathan's self. Like
Mm-hmm.
you put yourself in a position where you could lose it all.
Mm-hmm.
Haley did not put herself in the position to lose it all. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
that's
I'm just saying you think that she'd be more devastated about it, yeah.
yeah, but I'm just saying that Nathan did
Mm-hmm.
it to himself. I don't have any sadness for Nathan. Like he did
Right.
it to him. He did it to himself.
Mm-hmm.
You just like here's the thing. Nathan has never really been the person that has ever gotten in trouble for things and actually had to take responsibility and take
Yeah.
what the punishment is ever.
Yeah, because it was always Dan getting him out, yeah.
But here, Nathan finally has to take the punishment and he ain't liking it. Well, that's called
Mm-hmm.
life there, Nathan.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
Yeah. But Haley says, "Well, just get through it together." And then Mouth is still with. Oh yeah, so this is where he gets the yearbook.
Yeah, weird.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. This is when they talk about them breaking up. And Gigi says that it was still the right decision, and Mouth, does he says he understands. He doesn't like it, but he understands. So I was kind of surprised that he kind of went back to Gigi after he was like in love with Shelly, basically.
I guess because those are the only two girls that, I mean, those are the two girls they had that season. But like,
Yeah.
and I didn't really think he really truly liked Gigi. I mean, they got together and then they broke up. Like,
Yeah, so I was also surprised he like brought that up, like acting like he kind of wanted to get back together with her.
well, he did because then he said, "Well, maybe someday," and it's like,
Yeah.
what? Like,
Right. I'm just surprised because, he kind of accepted that, it was the best choice with their age gap and everything. But
well, and then too, like, she's gonna be here another 3 years. Like, you're gonna have to
exactly,
wait.
yeah.
You're gonna have to wait another 3 years till she gets out of high school, and then by then, you're gonna be so far in your adult life because you're gonna have 3 years of experience in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just kind of like going back to someone. I
Like,
don't know. And it's because
mm-hmm.
he's just gonna move on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know he sees her later on, but I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she holds on to that someday, yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so he just appreciates her, doing this for Jimmy in the yearbook and how can he repay her? And she says to sign her yearbook and he's all thrilled about this. But then Brooke slams her yearbook on the table next to Peyton, telling her to read what Chase wrote. And he said, Brooke, I'm glad we got to know each other this year. Good luck in the future, Chase. And that was it.
Well, it was funny because like Peyton's like, maybe you should have opted for that skater boys or skateboards are cool
Yeah.
version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Brooke's embarrassed, saying she can never show her face at the school again, which was funny because they're
And
like almost done. So
yeah, Peyton's like, well, we're almost done. Again, I still don't get why they're still there, but okay.
mm-hmm. Yeah, so um that's when Gigi says goodbye to Mouth, she'll miss him and he says he'll miss her too. And then he meant because before when she first went to her, she thought that he was mad at her. And she tells him, turn to page 23. And then it's just a picture of them together at a game, and under it she wrote Mouth, here's to someday, love Gigi.
So
So
why would he be mad? Why would he be mad
yeah,
about a picture of the two of them?
yeah, because they work together as the announcer, so it makes sense that they would be in there. So I guess
Yeah.
like she was the one that put that picture there, but I wouldn't be mad because, like I said, it was part of their
Why but why would you be mad anyway? Like
mm-hmm.
you're in the yearbook.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. Like I don't get why you would be upset over a picture of the two of you. Like unless this
Mm-hmm.
person deliberately put a bad picture of you in the
Or said
yearbook.
something bad, yeah.
Yeah, like I could see that's why you'd be upset, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It was a normal picture of you two.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Haley runs into Lucas in the hall, and it says, who looked to decide to come out of hiding. And since when does he skip school? He says finals are over, so give him one good reason why he should be there this week.
They shouldn't be.
Yeah, all of them, yeah. So then that's when she says that she, picked up his yearbook because she wanted to be the first one to sign it, but she got carried away and took up a whole page, but figured that's her right as a best friend, and he agrees, saying that she is his best friend. So I was surprised that she could even pick it up because usually it would be your parent, they would pick it up, not your friend. But yeah,
Well, if he's still there, it'd be him.
what?
If he's still at school, he'd be the one to pick it up.
Yeah, I'm just saying if it wasn't him, that it should be his mom, not Haley, to pick it up. So I was surprised she was able to. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. What I was surprised with was when he said that freshman year, she asked him to pretend to be her
Oh, no.
boyfriend.
Yeah, that was so out of left field when I
So
first
that
seen this.
Yeah, so that guys wouldn't bother her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they were, wanting to go out with her, maybe she just wasn't ready for that. But yeah, because so you think that that would have caught Nathan's attention because he already knew still for a while who Lucas was, that's his brother, and then he would be like, "Oh, who's the girl he's with?" Like, so that would have started even earlier than junior year. But yeah, so I don't know.
Well, also freshman year is when he met that one girl,
What
and
one
they
girl
and they became close. Remember?
from when he went to that other basketball
Remember
location?
the one that was his River Court friend?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The other girl that he
Yeah,
went to go visit.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, because they seemed like they were close, but then like he was acting like pretending to be Haley's boyfriend here, like all in one year.
I guess. Yeah, that's
It wasn't
possible. Yeah.
it wasn't like sophomore year he met this one. Freshman year
Mm-hmm.
he had this story. It was a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, a lot we didn't see apparently. Yeah, so and then I'm kind of wondering how they even play that off, being boyfriend and girlfriend because they wouldn't have been kissing. So I was like, were they holding hands? Like, was that weird for them, to even do that? Because they had to show some way they were a couple, so no other guys would bother Haley. So I'm just wondering how they did that. So
Maybe if somebody questioned her, like she's cute or something, then Lucas would be like, she's mine. Like maybe that.
yeah.
Like
And then that makes you think too, when we saw them in junior year, like Haley would, was annoyed that Peyton thought that, she was with Lucas, like she's like, why does everybody think that? So that kind of like, crosses that out because of course everybody thought that they were together freshman year. So why wouldn't they be together still in junior year? So, that just kind of messes things up there.
well, yeah, because then why wouldn't Nathan be like, hey, I heard you're with him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They've been like, no. Like, and at that point, it could
Mm-hmm.
have been like, well, we broke up.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
not realizing Nathan's going to be your husband. And well, you'd have to tell
Mhm.
him, like, that was all a lie. But, like,
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think Nathan knows about this, just like she didn't know about Brooke. Not the
mm,
same thing, but I'm just saying like
no.
something.
Lies, more
Yeah.
lies.
Yeah. So it was just weird that they mentioned that the last very second here. But yeah, because even Haley said that he was the best fake boyfriend. So I'm like, what did he do? Hold doors for her, carry her books.
No,
That's what maybe.
probably just say, again, to try to stop boys, like, I'm with her. So, like,
Hmm.
don't look at her.
Yeah, I'm just saying like, what did he do to show that he was her boyfriend? But yeah, so.
Probably leave her alone and not bother her.
Hmm.
What she wanted.
Yeah. So he asks, did she ever think that this is how they would end their senior year? And she says, like what, married, pregnant, living with a recovering junkie who's packing heat?
I know.
Absolutely.
Well, then, yeah, well, that was funny because he's like, and
Yeah.
like, who bought the gun? It's like,
Yeah, you can see it on his face, like
yes.
the idea formed, but Haley's oblivious and just keeps talking. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I kept laughing. It was hilarious.
Mhm.
And then she goes a step further and says she leaves it in the cookie jar, and he's like,
Yeah, like why would
cookie,
you tell him?
cookie,
Yeah.
cookie jar, gotcha.
Mhm.
And we go
Yep.
right to him breaking in the house.
Yep. When nobody's there apparently and finds
Yeah,
the gun.
he even says like, anyone here, like blah blah, and of course no. So he has a key then to the house.
Yeah, and then I think there are two cookie jars too, and he apparently
There
knew which
was,
one it was in. Yeah. The
yeah,
pepper one, yeah.
because there was a pumpkin,
Yeah.
and then what was the other one?
A pepper, like a jalapeno,
Yeah,
which
I was
was
like,
interesting for a cookie jar, but yeah.
because that was weird. She said cookie jar, and he went right for that, and I was like, how do you
Mhm.
know that's where it is?
Yeah. I mean, because the only place he knew before was where she kept her pills, but not a gun, yeah.
But I guess because he lived there, maybe at some point she said this is the cookie jar.
Yeah, or maybe they were actually
I don't
using
know.
it for cookies, more than the other one.
When he was living there.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
something, yeah. Or Deb's like, this is my favorite one or something like that. But yeah. So then Haley goes to see Whitey, trying to get help for Nathan. And it's funny because he said that more people are visiting him there than they did his office. Maybe he should start a business. And Whitey says that he doesn't know what he can do for him at this point, but Haley says he can think of something because he's still that guy that helped him win all the games, so maybe he can help him.
But he's not Superman.
Yeah.
He can't fix Nathan's problems.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan did it to himself, so that's it.
Yeah.
Like if Dan couldn't save him from Dante, Whitey
And
can't save him from this.
you mean like making the deal with Dante?
Yeah, he tried.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
tried to end it all. Dan
Mhm.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing was gonna save him from that. It happened. It happened. And really, Whitey of all people can actually save him. No. Like if Dan can't even pull the strings as the mayor,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's much your high school coach can do.
Right.
I mean, think about it. How many players has Whitey had that went to the NBA?
0.
Do you know what I mean? Like if there was a
Mhm.
coach, if there's a coach out there that's had a couple kids go to the NBA, it's like that's the high school coach you're going to look at and go, what do you
Mhm.
got?
Right.
I'm going to listen to you because you produce NBA players.
Mm-hmm.
But here, Whitey has had 2 good players, Dan and Nathan. Dan did not go to the NBA. So
Mm-hmm.
again, that's the only way they're going to look at you is if you've produced these players that are super good and talented. And if you've only had 2 in 18 years, they're not really going to care what you say.
Mm-hmm.
You can say everything in the book, and I think too, because Dan didn't go far, he went to college but he didn't go to the NBA. They're really not going to care because they're going to go, "Ooh, your one player went to college for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. He blew out his knee, and that was it."
Mhm.
I don't know. I could just see it that way. How many coaches there are, how many schools there are in the country,
Right.
and we're going to listen to you. Like, I'm sorry, but there are other schools that have really good players too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we
Who also didn't take away points for their team,
right.
which is what
And
they're
then
going to be worried about. That's what they're going to be worried about.
yeah.
And I
And
think about
then
it, Nathan is going to be a young father. You think that he won't do it again? Like, will Nathan? No, but like anyone else, like if they're in a situation like Nathan thought that was the best thing,
mhm.
it could happen again. He is a young father.
Right. Yeah, so then we see Brooke see Chase down the hall, so she tries to hide from him by walking into a classroom. And, but then when she turns around, she sees it's full of freshmen. So to like kind of, cover herself while she's there, she says, as a student council president, she just want to come by and say good luck for the rest of high school. They're going to love the next 3 years. And then the same guy that was excited about Rachel's college party tape in Clean Teens says he can't wait. And then Brooke says, well, maybe not all of you.
I was confused at why she said that she's their student council president when
Yeah,
she's
me
only
too.
supposed to be the student council president for the seniors, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, we never had that. We never had
Mhm.
somebody that was
For the whole
only
school. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe other schools do it differently than us.
Yeah, and maybe she just kind of like lied in that instance just to cover herself, like I said, maybe probably. Because they're freshmen, they might not even know or realize that there's more than one if there is. So,
I knew as a freshman there was more than one.
well, you never know. Some freshmen probably don't pay attention to those things.
Are you trying to say they're dumb?
No, I'm just saying they don't care, so they don't like listen.
Yeah.
And then Lucas walks up to Payne, who's sitting in the quad, and kisses her. She tells
Yeah,
him
she
that
said,
she's a
I have a
boyfriend.
boyfriend. And he goes,
Mhm.
oh, cool. We're like ready to fight him. Oh, where is he? And she's
Mhm.
like, that's what I'd like to know.
Yeah. Because apparently it's been 2 days since they haven't really seen or talked to each other, which is really bad. and he says he deserves that,
Well, think
and
about it. She did try to call him, and he ignored her message. So,
yeah.
so then, he says like, oh, because she said I need my boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and he said okay, like he's here now, and so that's when she talks about the decision to go to California, and so when she first tells him like she did this when they weren't together, and did the application and everything, and he was like, now she got accepted, and he's like, cool, like like go for it, and she's like, it's in California, so like he's still happy.
Right. Well, he told her like after she said, it was in LA because he was just happy for her. Yeah, so he just took a beat and just told her, so he didn't hesitate or be sad about it. He was just happy for her and tell her that she deserves it. So that was at least a good thing that he's done for her lately because he
Well,
hasn't been around.
I mean, yeah, she deserves to go and see what she can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just saying like he didn't like say, oh, it's gonna be hard not being here during the summer with you or something like that. He just told her to go, so that was good.
He didn't pull a Dawson when she was trying to go to, where was it? Paris?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
When he said, I don't want you to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He didn't pull a Dawson. He was actually being mature.
Yeah, and supportive, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, so he then asks if she knows that he loves her, and she says she does, and then he says, no matter what happens to either one of them, she'll always be in his heart, kind of like what Gigi and Mouth did, but Peyton takes that seriously too. And then but these guys I guess aren't keeping their word. And then that's when Mouth makes that announcement in the quad.
Yep.
About the
Jimmy
yearbook.
Edwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
so
that was weird.
yeah, because again, like we said about before, like it would be weird in real life if somebody did this, for somebody that caused this kind of trauma in the school. Like everybody would probably be attacking Mouth verbally and physically, and probably would even like tear up the yearbook and everything and be like, no, we're not going to sign this,
And when they do sign, they would be saying harsh things to him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And okay, so when Lucas is standing there and Mouth is like, I like basically I know you're not happy about this, like, because the whole key thing. Then Lucas is like, you got a pen, like, I get it and stuff. And I'm like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't Mouth like question that? Like, why are you being so supportive all of a sudden?
Right.
Also too, what Lucas literally signs for like a second. I said, what did he write? Just his name?
Yeah, I
Like
don't know.
he only signed his name, and he was supposed to be his supposed friend.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then he knows that
seriously?
he's the only one that knows the truth. So you think that you'd be like writing like, I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you, but
I miss you so much. I wish you were here
yeah,
with us.
and not like write it out, but like I'll try to, make you proud as a way of saying like I'll try to clear your name, something like that.
I just didn't like it. I'm like, the boy wrote his name. I know it because he wrote for like 1 second.
Yeah.
I was like, enough to write Lucas Scott. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that was stupid. I'm like, you're supposed to be his friend. You now know the truth,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not even going to write more than your name. I
Yeah.
mean, people that didn't even know him wrote more than that.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of friend are you then?
Mm-hmm. And then Nathan goes to see Mr. Turner about, Haley's speech, which was, great for him to do because, he had a point. She shouldn't be punished for what he did,
Yep. I was finally happy that Nathan was taking accountability for this part
Mm-hmm.
because it's true. I don't think that you should base what somebody did off of their husband in high school.
Mm-hmm. And, Nathan brings up Mr. Turner and his wife, what he want that to happen to her,
I'm not
so.
going to lie. I was kind of wondering if Turner was going to like say something to Nathan of like, don't be getting, like, don't be turning it on me. Like, kind of thing of like, I am the adult in this situation. You're the
Mhm.
student. Like, don't be trying to make this matter my matter. Like, this is your problem.
Yeah, Nathan was just trying to make Turner relate,
Yeah, but I
to
couldn't really,
understand.
I couldn't really see you, Cynthia, going to a teacher and try or a principal and trying to turn it onto. So in your family, they'd be like, what did you just say?
Yeah, I guess because, Nathan's a senior and he's married, so he's kind of basically an adult, but yeah.
But not. He's still a student in this high school. So I'm just saying, like, I couldn't see one of us getting away with saying that to a staff member while we're a student. But I was happy that Turner rethought it
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because it's not fair.
Yeah. I think it did help for Nathan to bring up Turner's wife. And then Dan goes to see Karen just then, as the same time that Lucas pulls his car in, so he sees Dan go into the house. So, he's furious about that. And he picks up Deb's gun that he has on the passenger side and loads it. And then Nathan walks into the living room and Haley wants to go out for dinner because they never go out anymore. And that's when, he says she's going to be busy, so they can't really go out tonight. And that's when he shows her the graduation program.
Which I'm surprised is already made and handed out to him.
Apparently everything can be printed out, just in a second like that, apparently, in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess Turner must have gave it to him, but I don't know when or how. But yeah, so so she sees that her name's there about giving the speech. So she realizes that, he fixed that for her, So she's all happy, and now she's panicking because she has to write the speech and, tells him to get healthy food because she's pregnant and, doesn't want to have any, doesn't want to get sick, from the graduation.
I was happy that we finally got to see her be happy over this because she's been so supportive over him and him ruining her chance at saying the speech that I was happy that she finally got to have it and she got to be happy about it because and we got to see her because I just didn't like that it was taken from her.
Yeah, even though it gets kind of interrupted later, but yeah.
Yeah, but that was for a good reason.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just kind of funny.
Like, think if she was trying to make a speech and then Turner took it away. Like, that's bad.
Mm-hmm. And then Brooke walks into the room that Payne's in at the apartment and, tells her that, Payne tells her that she told Lucas about the internship and then he wants her to go. Brooke says, he's right.
Okay, yeah. And she's like, basically that's what I said. And then, so Brooke's all like happy, like, oh, we're going to have fun. And you should, we're going to like have so much fun, like basically partying together. And then, Peyton's like not really happy about it. And she's like, did you want him to ask you to stay? She's like, no, it's not that. Then what is it? Like, Cynthia, what is it? If she didn't want him to say, no, I want you to stay, then what was her face?
Well, she said that something's going on with Lucas, so she doesn't know about being away from him this summer.
Yeah.
So she can tell something's off, but hasn't really made the effort to try to figure out what it was. But
yeah, if you're not even talking to him, then how are you going to find out?
Yeah. And Brooke says, when has Lucas not ever made the right decision? And that's when Peyton brings up about how he didn't take his heart pills and collapsed.
Oh, I don't know. He also didn't tell Peyton the truth that he was in love with her. You want me to go on?
Yeah, there's a whole list. Yeah.
Yeah, I can make a list. He never makes. Yeah. There's a lot of things he doesn't make the right decision on.
Yeah, but Brooke, brushes that off and saying, she doesn't need to be worried about the relationship. Lucas is right. She should take the internship and have, a fabulous summer in LA with her.
Again, that's the only thing Brooke cares about.
And then that's when Chase shows up. He wants to talk about what she wrote in his yearbook. And, she's trying to play it off, saying she didn't mean half the things she said. It was, just some stupid reason she thought that he was going to write something similar. And he says he wanted to. And Brooke says, it's too late. But that's when he tells her that, when he walked out of that classroom today, he was going to tell her exactly how he feels. He wanted to earlier in the hallway. And, she says, why didn't he then? And he says he doesn't know. Guess he wasn't sure if he wanted to put his heart out there again. But everything that she wrote, he feels it too. He just didn't know how to put it into words. And she tells him he just did. So then they kiss. So that was easy to fix that. Even though the senior year is over and they should be going their separate ways. So I don't know why they're doing this. But
yeah, that's why this storyline in this episode makes no sense.
And then Haley is writing her speech, and Nathan's just watching her proudly.
And then Whitey is trying to make phone calls now.
Right. Well, I saw that Nathan was looking at the yearbook with his goal to become a Duke Blue Devil. So that was kind of sad knowing that he wasn't going to be that. Yeah.
Well, what I thought was a little strange was for basketball, for how many years, like in the yearbook, you always write what you've done.
Yeah, in the 4 years.
And it says basketball 1 to 4. What does that mean?
I didn't even see that part. 1 to 4. It had
1 to
been like one, like from freshman year, senior year, basically. They just put it that way in numbers.
It looks stupid. Like put 4.
Yeah.
It was 4 years. That's how we always put it, 4 years.
Yeah. Like the
We
final number. Yeah.
Yeah, we put 4 years. Like, I don't
Mhm.
understand why, or 2 years. Like,
Mhm.
it literally said 1 to 4, and I said,
Yep.
"That's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Who puts 1 to 4?"
Right.
I was questioning that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was nice to see Whitey making those calls though, even though I don't know.
Why?
Because he doesn't get anywhere, right? Nathan doesn't still go
Well,
anywhere.
he doesn't go to Duke, but
I don't
remember
remember.
Whitey ends up getting a job at a college, coaching some basketball team.
Oh, so maybe that was the strings that Whitey pulled, I guess.
And then he asks Nathan or something like that to play for him.
Mm.
That's how Nathan plays college in order to get to pro.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't remember. Yeah, so then next we see Mouth go visit Jimmy's mom, tells her that he brought her Jimmy's yearbook and everybody signed it, and it's like completely filled with writing from people that you don't think would even know Jimmy that well to write all that, but yeah.
Yeah, as if Jimmy did nothing.
Yeah, and everybody knew him and was friends with him, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was complete opposite, yeah.
Weird.
And and then she sees that page of Jimmy with Mouth. That was nice too though. And they hug and everything, have that moment. And then Payne is looking at her letter for her internship and then the yearbook to where Lucas wrote, Payne, remember, no matter what happens, I will always love you, love Lucas. And then, his goal is to write the next great American novel and to find Bigfoot before Haley.
Mhm.
That was weird, but yeah. And then
Well, Bigfoot comes up
yeah. Wait, it is?
in season 9. Haley reads her predictions in the finale, and she says, "I will find Bigfoot." And then that's when she's
Oh.
like, "Someday."
Oh, okay. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. I guess that's a good callback, but yeah.
I guess I didn't realize that Bigfoot was even brought up earlier, which is here.
Yeah. Yeah, they never mentioned it. It probably was a thing when they were kids, but yeah, it was just weird that it was brought up like that.
Yeah, because she was reading all for her predictions through the years,
Yeah.
so must have been a kid one.
Yeah. And then at Karen's, Dan tells her Lucas will be okay, and then she says something about this doesn't feel right. Because when she
Yeah,
asked him to
turning
get
him
help,
in. Like,
yeah, he looks betrayed, yeah. And Dan's, trying to, make his way and have him, Lucas be locked up, basically saying, she did the right thing. He's out of control. He's acting crazy. But that's when Karen starts, getting her sense.
She goes, my son is not crazy. And he's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm. And then Dan gets that text, saying, from unknown, I'm not leaving. I watched you murder your brother. I'm going to the police, Abby.
Yeah. So then he was like, oh, I have a little problem I need to take care of.
Yeah.
And then that's when Lucas is right there by the door. And that's when he brings up the whole, I sent the text and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has a gun pointed at him too.
So, okay. So when Lucas gets loud at Dan, right? Like the first time, I literally was like, Chad can play anything. We know Chad can play the bad guy, the good guy, but now he can play a bad guy, like this kind of bad guy. Not like the one that sleeps around, blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, wow, Chad can do it all. So I was like, interesting to like watch him. I was kind of watching Chad, like not Lucas.
Yeah, so Lucas is pointing out to his mom, like Dan said that Abby was just a little problem that he thought he took care of. And Dan tells Karen not to listen to him. He's delusional, trying to still convince her that Lucas is off the rails.
It's funny because when he holds up the phone, Dan's like looking at it like, and it's like, Karen, you can't see. You can't see that. Open up your eyes.
So, how did Lucas get the phone again?
I don't know.
Did they show
But
that?
no, it didn't. They didn't show it because I would think Abby would take it with her.
Well, she left it in the hallway for Dan to find, and that's how he got, how he found her. But yeah, I don't know, because it's not like Dan gave her the phone back and then she gave it to Lucas. That would make sense. But yeah, I don't know.
But I thought it was all good except for, Karen falls to the ground. And Dan
And his dress.
Dan wants to move, and he's like, "Don't touch her. She's my
Mhm.
mother."
Yeah.
And then he shoots him.
Yeah. Well, he pulls the trigger. We just don't see what happens after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of course they have to drag it out to the,
And
yeah, at least the next episode. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like, well, and then you wonder too, like, why did he pull it? Because like it wouldn't make much sense the opening of the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like it should have been a question at the end of will he or won't he?
Yeah.
Not he does.
Right. And then just to think too, like if a cop had like heard the shot and then walked in, then he would see Dan and Karen on the floor, and then that would like kind of frame Lucas to think that he was going to murder his mom and Dan, so that would have looked bad on him. But yeah, I just thought of that. Yeah. So luckily nobody, like no neighbors or anybody, alerted the police, so it was just them. But yeah.
Yeah. It just looked bad all the way.
Yeah.
So for me the high was Haley getting to write her speech.
Yeah, me too.
The low was Dan trying to send Lucas away.
Mm-hmm.
I did not. Oh, and also Mouth and the whole Jimmy thing. Like, nope, not here for it. Because he caused trauma.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the whole thing is too, like when Lucas tells him like you're a good friend, because he's sticking up for Jimmy. I wish he would not have said that, because remember, wasn't it Keith or something in the dream? It was like Peyton almost died that day. Like, and it was even after that. Like Nathan, I think, said it too. Like Peyton could have died that day if it wasn't for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes me mad because again, she could have very easily died. And Jimmy would have been to blame. Like, yeah, he's not to blame for Keith, but he would have been for Peyton.
Yeah.
He still injured somebody that day.
Mm-hmm.
So why aren't we? I don't know. I couldn't imagine having a so-called friend and then them doing that to the love of my life, and then it just being like, yeah, everything's good.
Right.
I'll sign your yearbook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, and then to tell my other friend, you're a good friend for sticking up for them.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense, at all with this.
Because again, yes, he's off the hook for Keith, but he's not off the hook for everybody else and for Peyton. Where is Peyton's justice in this?
Right.
That's what I don't like. It's one thing if he would have not shot at all.
Yeah.
And he would have just held the gun and people would have ran and scattered and nothing would have happened like that. I could maybe forgive him for that. Even though people are still terrorized from it. But I don't get it when somebody actually was physically hurt from it.
Right. Yeah.
Peyton probably had to have surgery. Peyton
Yeah, to get the bullet out. Yeah.
She was on crutches. She probably still has the bullet in there because sometimes if they can't get to it, you got to keep it in. Like, it's a lot. And then you hear a gunshot in a movie or something, and it triggers you. Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand any of it. So, or a glass breaking, like you drop a cup and
car backfiring. Anything. Yeah.
All of it. It's so much that he ruined for people.
Yeah.
And so I don't like it that Lucas is just like, No, I don't like it. Where's Peyton's justice? Where's the kids, like that kid Marcus?
Mm.
They don't have that.
Yeah, this would only make sense if the shooting never happened to the school. Like maybe if Jimmy had taken his own life, like somewhere else, like at home or something, where he didn't hurt anybody. Like then this whole yearbook thing would make sense. But yeah, no, it doesn't here.
Yeah, it doesn't for all those kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, the show and I think like fans maybe too, they try to forget what happened like that
Mm-hmm.
day and they just
Yeah.
base it off of Keith.
Mm-hmm.
We can't as an audience just base Jimmy off of Keith. We
Mm-hmm.
have to base it off of that day. That day he was not the Jimmy that we grew to know.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to base it off of that day because
Yeah.
he did something that day to mess everybody's lives up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I got to look at it. I'm sorry, people. If you
Mm-hmm.
hate me for it, whatever, but I look at it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The writers, they messed his character up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Even though they brought him back just to do this to him, yeah.
Yeah. To ruin his
Mhm.
character. Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was your high and low? The same?
Yeah, with Haley getting her speech back, yeah. I liked that.
What was your low?
The end with Lucas stressing Karen out and making her faint like that. I get why he's upset, but he didn't need, maybe he should have waited until Dan was home, at the beach house and then done this. And, now with Karen in the room to stress her out, like I said, so.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
wanted to get Dan in the act.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Because he's lying. Remember, he says, I have to go take care of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted Karen to, because Karen is going along with it. He just needed to be like,
Mhm.
Mom, you need to see it like
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Maybe just if it wasn't so intense, yeah. Yeah.
I would rate this a 9. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought a 9 too.
I thought with the whole Lucas and what's he gonna do with the gun and all of that, I liked it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And his acting at the end was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then who was your best and worst?
The worst was Dan because he's trying to get Lucas to be locked up somewhere like an asylum and trying to cover his tracks. And then the best was Nathan because he did the right thing with getting Haley her speech back. And yours?
Oh my god. So for me the best was Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though she got her speech taken away because of Nathan,
Mm-hmm.
once again, Nathan ruins people, ruins it for others. It's like she was still okay, calm, cool, collected about it. Didn't yell at him, didn't blame him, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of it, she went to go talk to Whitey to see what he could do for Nathan,
Mm-hmm.
even though Nathan did it. Like,
Yeah.
it's one thing if Nathan didn't do it and they were just accusing him. Like, I could see why we'd all be on his side, but it wasn't that at all.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just a really big person to just, ignore her accomplishments and put Nathan first again.
Mm-hmm.
No. So that's why she was the best because, I couldn't see me doing that. And I thought the worst was Karen.
Because she didn't believe Lucas.
Yeah, you raised your son for 18 years. You know your son better than anybody.
Yeah.
And you should know damn well that is not who Lucas is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's only because she has feelings for Dan, unfortunately, why.
But
this
why?
happened. Yeah.
So on top of it, you got feelings for a crazy person. Yes, Dan is crazy, people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, I don't understand this relationship at all between Dan and Karen. Nope. So again, I don't. And again, she was downplaying the kiss at the beginning by saying like, "Oh, it just happened."
Mm-hmm.
No, it didn't.
Right.
And so it's not like you ran into each other.
Mm-hmm.
And again, she's, Dan is making Lucas act like he's crazy or sound like he's crazy, and then Karen is just going along with it. And it's like, I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Out of everything you've done in his life, now you're going to do this. Then you're going to send him
Mhm.
away.
Right.
No, like
No,
send
yeah.
Dan away. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I was like, Karen, no, you should be sticking up for our boy Lucas.
Yeah.
So yes, I was like, I was gonna pick Lucas because he's doing all this,
Mm-hmm.
but he really wasn't there for Peyton, so I couldn't give him the best.
Right. Yeah.
Even though he was doing a lot in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, I mean, Haley did tell him where the gun was.
Right. Yeah. That was stupid. Yeah.
I mean, she didn't really think he was gonna
Yeah.
use
Couldn't do
it.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder how she felt later when she found out about this. Like, I should not have told him.
Yeah. I guess that's the next
Because
episode.
I don't think we see that reaction from her. Because then, she goes into her own thing. So
Yeah, because that's graduation day.
yep, and like I said, her speech gets interrupted.
Yeah. So,
So she has other things.
what's the title of the next one?
Episode 20, the birth and death of the day, which kind of makes sense with graduation, like the death of their high school career and the birth of their adult lives. So I can see why they chose that one.
Or the birth of their babies.
Yeah, that too. I'm just talking about with the death part because we don't want nobody to die, but yeah.
Yeah. I can see the
Yeah.
birth because there's going to be a couple babies, but
Yeah. I mean, they do kind of make it look like somebody might die, so maybe that's why they put that too, but yeah, so.
yeah. So that's next one.
Yeah, so.
All right. So thanks for listening.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.